Hey friends, welcome to the Bezalel Deep Dive. This is Pastor Ben. If you are watching this longer version, a couple things to note. Number one, it probably means that you're going to be using this app consistently. And number two, this app is probably going to change in some small ways between now and when this entire thing rolls out. I kind of have the beta V1 that I'm showing you right now, and 90% of this should remain the same, but there might be tiny little tweaks to where things are, how things look, verbiage of things, just to make it work as well as possible. So item number one, you'll either get a link or a QR code to sign up. We haven't bought or like a fancy custom URL yet because we're just using it in-house here at Beacon Church. So the deployment that I'm using is a thing called Vercel. And so bezalel-sigma.vercel.app is our URL. Either type that in or I'm going to have QR codes and URLs for sign up. You should be able to go there. You should be able to sign up. If you have any issues, let me know. Just text me. That brings us to the main page here. Obviously, we've got the logo, which whenever you click on that will bring you to the home page. And you've got your little hamburger logo up here that expands down some of our options. Now, in the first video, I talked a little bit more about this volunteer board. It's kind of the heart of what this entire app is about. Let me make sure my camera's still running. Sorry. Okay, we're good. This is kind of the heart of what this entire board is this entire app is about. Is anybody that signs up, any volunteer, is able to come in, see what's happening and when, see what days people are already serving, and are able to sign up. And you can even sign up for a time that someone's already signed up for to do something different. So people being able to sign up to serve, people always knowing what's happening, people knowing who's coming in and when, people knowing what needs to get done. This is kind of designed to cover all those gaps for us. What I want to do in this video is take you through some of the things that you will see as either a coordinator or an admin on the app. The difference between those two things doesn't really matter, but we use the language of coordinator, meaning you are someone who, when the volunteers do things on this app, you are able to communicate with them, they can communicate with you, and you can do more things on the app that they can't. You can add and delete things that they can't. You basically are in charge of knowing what needs to get done and communicating with different people. So one little thing to note is when you are a coordinator and admin, you'll have this little coordinator view button. So what that's going to do is it's going to toggle only the events that only coordinators can see. And that'll become important in a little bit because when you are a coordinator, you can see all the volunteer stuff that's on the calendar, but you can also see if there's contractors scheduled to walk through, contractors working on site, if there's, which we'll have to manually enter that. We probably won't ask our contractors to use this app. They can if they want to, but we'll probably just put it in there for ourselves and say like, hey, coordinators, contractors are going to be there these days. And coordinators will be able to see that, but the average volunteer will not know that. We may need to block out times when contractors are there. I'm going to work on that. Moving on. So the coordinator view here will mean that the only thing on the coordinator calendar so far is a building committee meeting at 7 p.m. So if you turn the coordinator view on, you'll just see that for right now. Turn that view off, and then you can see some of the events that I've made. These are just things I've made for this weekend, just as like proof of concept that this all works. So that's kind of the deep dive here. Obviously, we've got a whole calendar here. We can start planning out as far in advance as you can click, basically. Let's get into the guts of the app. So if you click the little hamburger logo here, you've got My Sessions, Updates, Volunteers, Coordinator, and Manage Users. So My Sessions, Updates, Volunteers, and maybe Users. I don't know if that one. No, that's probably only an admin one. But at least My Sessions, Updates, and Volunteers should be available to everybody. So they're going to be able to, on My Sessions, see everything that they've signed up for and interact with those. On Updates, they're going to be able to see kind of the wall of posts that we've made from our coordinator view, and they're going to get pinged for little notifications for updates for the whole project, like, hey, we finished this part, now we need to move to this part. That's just little updates that we can post in there. Volunteers is there so that they can see and invite other people who are using the app to be a part of their workday. That's where I'm at. Hamburger. Now let's get into the coordinator view. Right now, there's only a handful of tools in this coordinator view. There may be more later, but let's see. So volunteer signups is the place where you can view and manage upcoming sessions. So it's just a place where you can see upcoming sessions and also ping new sessions at the top that no one's seen yet. So you can overview. And when you look at these sessions as a coordinator, this is the one place where you can remove one. So one thing actually happened where Kyle went in before I'd fixed something in the app, and Kyle created a redundant work night on Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. I actually already invited him to come serve in mine. So what I'm going to do as a coordinator is I'm just going to remove that work session. Yes, remove it, just to keep our calendar happy and nice and clean. So you can view upcoming sessions. You can delete them. You can also should be able to get in, edit, and manage them, and you have more permissions to do different things. One really important coordinator tool that we're going to need to be a part of is the to-do list, which is basically a task log of things that we want to do. This in progress thing, I don't know if that still works at all. Sorry, I'm going to check my camera's still working. I don't see it, and then I worry that it's not working. Okay. So I've already created a handful of tasks in here. You've got areas of work, and I'm using the areas based on what we're going to be building. So the sanctuary, kitchen, that's mistyped, kids area, it should be, bathrooms. And if you want to add or remove a work area, we can edit work areas here. So here's a handful of work areas, and as long as there's no tasks assigned, then you can delete that work area and change it. So let's see, if I wanted to, let's hide work areas here. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to archive this triple sync area one, and I'm going to edit work areas. I'm going to delete, well, that didn't work. Never mind. That's still broken. We're still fixing things on this app. Anywho, that's not super important. You can add a work area if you want to super easily. So I've already got a bunch of work areas you can choose from. But if you're like, hey, up in the rafters, some work needs to get done, you can add that. And if you go, you know what, we don't need that work area, boom, we can delete it. There's no more work areas. So you as a coordinator can set where the work area is, and then you can add a task. So the task is going to ask you something a few simple things, which is, okay, what area is this task in? All right, this is going to be on the roof. Is this for volunteers? Is this for a contractor? In our to-do list, our backlog, we can keep track of what we want to get done for contractors and whatnot. And then when the contractors are signing up, we can say, hey, the contractor's coming in to do this task, if we want to manage it that way. So let's say that we want to bring volunteers in on the roof to do the Macarena. Description, well, we're going to need speakers, people willing to dance on rooftop, okay? And then we can add that task. Boom. So now, anytime someone creates a work session in the calendar, they're going to be able to see, all right, well, I know it's crazy, but here on the roof, we have a task we can do called Do the Macarena. So let's pretend that I'm a volunteer right now. And you know what? Next Tuesday, the 12th of May, I want to sign up to serve. That's so great. Well, there's no open sessions right now. All right, well, I'm already signed up for all of them because I'm the only one who's made this stuff so far. Oh, yeah, I need to fix this. This is still doing that thing. All right, sign up on the 12th. It was from 9 to 12 p.m. I'll call it dance. And guess what? Session type, volunteer cap, only 7 max. But what do I want to work on? Oh, man, I really want to do the Macarena. So this is where all of those things on the to-do list, they populate here so people can see what needs to be worked on, and they can do that. Boom, add to calendar. And guess what? If we look at Bezalel here, go to the calendar on the 12th from 9 p.m. to 12 p.m., Ben Miller is going to be doing the Macarena. Okay, you know what we're going to do? We're going to delete that because once I push this out to people, they do not need to know that that's an option. Now I'm going to go to coordinator. I'm going to go back to the to-do list, and I am now going to do the right thing, which is edit this. I have not made a delete function yet. Well, we can archive it. We've archived the do the Macarena. Yeah, contractor tag on relocate water in Maine, but people still see it when they sign up. We're still learning things on this app and still sort of building and fixing bugs. If you see something that's working weird, let me know. We'll try to change it. The next coordinator tool we can look at is called Project Updates. It's a really simple message board, and the most recent update will always show up at the very top of the main screen by the announcement banner. So just be mindful of that. But I can say, hey, everyone. Sorry, I thought my printer was going. We're no longer doing the Macarena. Boom. Post update. Update is posted. Now I just got a little update up here under the updates category. And guess what my update says? Hey, everyone, we're no longer doing the Macarena. Awesome. Open up Bezalel. Guess what? Latest update. Guess what? Hey, everyone, we're no longer doing the Macarena. So you as a coordinator are kind of given this ability to put at the top of their signups anything they need attention on right now. You can just put that update right there all the time. And they'll always have some attention. They can always go into their updates and they can scroll back through and see all the updates. But this is just kind of a way to get a quick blast out to everyone. There will be some other coordinator tools we might develop. Let me know what you think would be helpful. There's all this other thing where it'll ping you if nobody's a crew leader on a thing. I need to chase down that because I'm not sure that's working properly. So the other piece of the puzzle, you've got volunteers in here. It should be that if people put in their phone number, that you have a link here where if you're a coordinator or an admin, you can send a text directly to someone who has put their phone number into the app. With great power comes great responsibility, all right? We're not letting all volunteers, we're not letting all visitors to the site see all of people's information. It should be that this is hidden until you're an admin or a coordinator. But if you're a coordinator, you should be able to communicate to the people who have signed up directly, and hopefully they'll be able to do that. But you can also invite people. If you create a work thing, you can go to this volunteers thing, and anybody can invite any active users to their workday here in Bezalel. What else is there? The coordinator tab, manage users. You'll have to see. I think only admins can see this, which I've made. Everybody that's joined so far, I've made an admin just so they can see everything and try everything. I can kick you out. If people do bad things, I can deactivate them. I don't anticipate having to do that. So this app is pretty cool, I think. There's a lot of stuff we can do with it, and the big X factor will be, are people signing up for it and making use of it? Because if they want to come serve, this is a way to make it available to them basically anytime between 6 a.m. and 9 p.m. And if they show up at 6 a.m., like, oh, we'll need to get something with a key, and someone will need to see it and tell them, yes, that's okay. But we had a problem, and this is our attempt to solve it. And so I hope you guys have a chance to dive deep in this, take a look at it, and start sharing it with your friends. Send them the link. Tell people to sign up, and we're going to get this thing done. All right? I'm out. Look at me.